very good morning to everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Bulletin on this beautiful Sunday morning, the 18th of May 2025. You're listening to the club station of the Sandton Amateur Radio Club, ZS6STN, which is operated today from the shack of Angus, ZS6 Golf Oscar. Once again, a warm welcome to everybody on frequency. I've trusted you've had a great weekend thus far. This bulletin is broadcast every Sunday morning at 8:45 local time on the following frequencies: 145.700 megahertz FM on the 2-meter band, 7.115 megahertz lower side band. Today via the shack of, I think, Noel, ZR6DX. Noel, thank you very much for doing that. And then we have Echolink, ZS6STN-R. Then I'd like to thank Keith, ZS6HI, and I think it's Morris, ZR6MS, for doing the YouTube video of this bulletin. Thank you, gents. In the bulletin today, club birthdays and club news, general ham radio news, and then swap shop and call-ins. All right, let's start with the birthdays for club members during the past week. I've got one on my list, and that was on the 10th of the 5th, which was ZS6JBS, Bernard Skinner. I hope you had a great birthday, and I hope you were spoiled. Then on the 21st, we've got Ava van der Bocha. I hope I got this right. Sorry if I did. If I didn't, apologies. ZR6IVB. That's who I have on my list. Okay, let me see if there would like anything to add for club news. ZS6STN is now listening.
ZS6HI.
ZS6HR, good morning to you. Take a round from ZS6STN.
Good morning to yourself, Angus, and to all on frequency. And yep, it is a beautiful day on the Sunday morning. Just to give you a little bit of an update, the RAE, as you're aware, they wrote their exam last week on Saturday, and the results have already been announced. I'm sure that's probably in the bulletin. I haven't read the bulletin this morning. And very big congratulations to all those who have their new call signs. We look forward to getting you on air very soon, and we will combine something for the specifically targeting the electronic logging at our next club meeting, and that will be on 28th of May. So that's Wednesday evening, the 28th of May. And so if they're on air, it may be worth diarising that one just in terms of some logging. And then later on, we will get Noel to give a detailed logging program if we can twist his arm for us. And that'll also be a lot of fun for everybody who's still using paper logs. So that'll be interesting. Then, as I think everyone is aware, and it was probably in the bulletin as well, yesterday was the annual awards dinner, the mega flea market and the AGM, the SARL AGM. And I think Sandton was well represented there. We also had a table during the day at the mega flea market, and it was a gathering point certainly later in the afternoon, and where we were all sitting around chatting, which was really a lot of fun. The social was very, very good, and hats off to the Pretoria Amateur Radio Club who hosted the event. It certainly went very well from my perspective, and I did see a number of Santonites there. I'm probably going to leave someone off there, but I did see Renato, I did see Mario, Gerrit was there, Richard was there, Brandon was there, obviously I was there, Elaine was there. I'm probably going to cut the list there, but to all the Santonites that did come through and joined the function, awesome to have seen you there. All the resolutions were passed at the annual general meeting, so there was no, it was a fairly smooth AGM without any real issues going on or anything like that. It went through quite well. Then I think on the 21st, it's probably in the bulletin, Angus, I think it's the 80-meter club contest. Unfortunately, I don't have my diary in front of me at the moment. Hopefully you can let everybody know, but that's a club contest. And as you know, the West Rand always fields a number of operators during the club contests, and we would like to do the same so we can really give them a run for their money. So please diarise. I think it's this coming Wednesday, the 21st, to give a run for the money to the West Rand Club and have as many Sandtonite operators on the air as possible during that 1 hour club contest. And then on the 28th of May is our next Power Hour Tech Talk. That's Wednesday, the 28th of May. We will be broadcasting onto the repeater network from our clubhouse at 11 Kildoon Road, Bryanston, and we will be wonderful to have as many of the Sandtonites as possible come through to the club venue and participate from there. But if you're unable to participate from there, you're most welcome, or we would like you to get on air via Zoom and to participate in the next Power Hour Tech Talk. And this one is really going to be extraordinary. If you go and have a look at the gentleman's QRZ page to see all of the expeditions that this gentleman has been participating in and has personally run and executed either in solo mode or as groups, as well as upcoming expeditions like Bouvet Island and Peter Island. So please do diarise the Wednesday the 28th of May for the Power Hour Tech Talk on expeditions. That will be taking place half an hour later than normal to accommodate our guest speaker. So that will start at 7:30 CAT in the evening. Angus, at this point I'd like to hand back to you, ZS6STN, ZS6HI.
ZS6HI from ZS6STN. Keith, thank you very much for that, and thank you for representing the club at the SRL National Convention there. All right, I'm going to go to the... Okay, this is going to be fun. I couldn't find the news bulletin, couldn't find the text version, so I found the audio version, so let's see how this goes.
In the news today, the SARL communication mailing list, the 2025 SARL National Convention, and the 2025 Space Symposium date announced. Stay tuned for more information on these and other interesting news items. Just a reminder, the ZS3 QSO party is on the air this afternoon from 14 to 15 hours UTC. And the results of the May RAE were released on Friday evening. Well done to the successful candidates. The SARL communication mailing list. The SARL secretary sent out an invitation to 1,569 email addresses to join the groups.io mailing list for the weekly SARL news bulletin and SARL communications from the council to members. To date, 419 members have responded to this invitation. Please look for the invitation in your inbox or spam folder and respond to it. SARL News will then be delivered to your inbox. The National Convention. The 2025 SARL National Convention started on Friday evening with the Park 95 function, the celebration of the 95th birthday of the Pretoria Amateur Radio Club. The 2025 AGM was opened at 08 hours 40 by Nico, ZS6, Quebec, Lima. Of the 1,566 members allowed to vote, 65 members attended in person, with 186 members providing proxies, 251 votes, or 16.03%. The oldest member present at the AGM is Chark Lommers, ZS1 Juliet, and ZS6 Papa, who is 85 years young. And the youngest member is Morena Eels, ZR6 Mike Charlie, who is 23 years old. The average age at the AGM is 59.7 years. The oldest member who submitted a proxy is Henry Chamberlain, ZS1 Alpha Alpha Zulu, who is 90 years young. And the youngest member to submit a proxy is Petrus Lotrit, ZU3 Papa Lima, who is 9 years young. Niku read out a message from Sylvia Nazarian, F4 Golf Kilo Romeo, the president of the IARU Region 1. On the occasion of this weekend, celebrating SARL's 100th anniversary, I offer my sincere congratulations to the entire South African amateur radio community. Congratulations on the journey you've made, and good luck for the next 100 years. Niku, ZS6 Quebec Lima, presented the President's Report, followed by Corey, ZS6 Charlie Delta Bravo, presenting the Treasurer's Report. All the motions were approved at the meeting. The 2024-25 SARL Annual Report is available at mysarl.org.za/SARL-AGM-2025. You are listening to a news bulletin of the South African Radio League. The SARL Awards Dinner. The SARL Awards Dinner was attended by 82 people. The SARL Centenary Excellence Award was handed over to Hans, ZS6 Alpha Kilo Victor, Gary, ZS6 Yankee India, and Peter Zimri. Honorary life membership was awarded to Paul Johnson, ZS1 Sierra, while Donovan, ZS2 Delta Lima, was inducted into the SARL Hall of Fame. The Willie Wilson Gold Badge was handed to Honus, ZS6 Bravo Zulu Papa, Annette, ZR6 Delta, and Brian, ZS6 Yankee X-Ray. The Chris and Annie van der Merwe Platinum Award was given to Rahul, ZS1 Charlie, Jack, ZS1 Juliet, Davy, ZR1 Foxtrot Romeo, and Noel, ZR6 Delta X-Ray. The full list of awards will be published in the June issue of Radio ZS. The 2025 Space Symposium date announced. AMSAT SA has announced that the 2025 Space Symposium will be held on Saturday, the 2nd of August, and has issued the first call for papers. The theme of the symposium is embracing 68 years of space science innovation in amateur radio. Papers are invited, covering all aspects of space science and communication, impacting and enhancing the amateur radio experience, from the technical to operational aspects. Presentations are typically 30 minutes with a 10-minute Q&A. Send proposals in MS Word to admin@amsatsa.org.za by Sunday, 15 June. To enable as wide as possible audience to participate, this symposium will be held online on the WebEx platform. Sponsorship opportunities are available. Send an email to admin@amsatsa.org.za for more information. Contest news. The results of the AWA SSB Valve QSO party held on Sunday, the 4th of May. First, Helga Braithwaite, ZS6 Hotel Bravo, with a Collins KWM2A. Second, Daniel Hubbard, ZS5 Delta Romeo, with a Yaesu. Third, Niku Ulufse, ZS4 November, with a Yaesu FT101ZD. The full set of results will be published on the AWA website at www.awasa.org.za under Latest News. Look out for changing categories for the October QSO party. Your propagation report. Honest Kutsia, ZS6 Bravo Zulu Papa, reports that the solar activity is expected to be at low to moderate levels. There are currently 5 sunspot regions with simple to complex magnetic configuration visible. There's a moderate to high probability for C and M-class solar flares. If you want to do your own frequency predictions, the expected effective sunspot number for this week will be around 58. The 10 to 15 meter bands may, especially in the late afternoon and early evening, provide some good DX fun. For more information, please visit the website spaceweather.sansa.g.za. And finally, a diary of some upcoming events. Today, the ZS3 QSO party. 20 May, the SIRL turns 100 and the ZS Amateur Radio Day. 21 May, the SIRL Wednesday 80-meter club contest. 24 and 25 May, the CQ WPX CW contest. 28 May, the Sandton ARC Power Hour. 29 May, Ascension Day. And 31 May, the Westrand Boot Sale. To conclude our bulletin, a recap of our main news story. The SIRL Secretary sent out an invitation to 1,569 email addresses to join the groups.io mailing list for the weekly SIRL news bulletins and SIRL communications from Council to members. To date, 413 members have responded to this invitation. Please look for the invitation in your inbox or spam folder and respond to it. SIRL news will then be delivered to your inbox.
Okay, ZS6STN returning. Okay, guys, I hope that worked. Trying anything and everything to try and get that mail. But anyway, anybody else would like to add anything? ZS6STN is now listening.
ZS6HI.
ZS6HI, how's that, Keith? Take her on there.
Angus, very well received, so very well done on getting that out. Yes, they didn't mention all the awards that were delivered during the evening. So it must be mentioned that Brandon, our own ZS6 Limazulu, got several awards for the during the dinner last night. So congratulations to Brandon. I was also lucky enough to pick up 2 awards last night. So it was all great. And yes, and Brandon actually arranged for us to have a TV set on our stand, our ZS6STN stand yesterday, and that was playing images of what the club's been up to, specifically in the order of SOTA and club meets and getting out there and playing radio, whatever it may be and wherever it may be. So yeah, that was all very good. And we also handed out some of the QRP contest, which we are the hosts for, the little trophies for the QRP contest. Unfortunately, 4 persons weren't there to receive their trophy, and that included Marius ZR6MS. So Marius, I've got your trophy. Thank you very much, Angus. Back to you. ZS6STN is ZS6HI.
ZS6HR from ZS6STN. Keith, thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Anyway, anybody would like to add anything from ZS6STN?
Good morning, Angus. I trust everyone as well. Did anyone give up the latest call signs for the guys that passed the RAE from the Sandton Club? Back to you, Angus. ZR6 Delta Express, standing by.
ZR6DX from ZS6STN. No, good morning to you there. No, nobody gave off call signs. Do you have them? If you do, would you be able to give them out from ZS6STN?
No problem at all. So those that wrote at the Sandton Club, well, was a Wayne Bevan. I think he was also part of the group that we were lecturing to, which was ZS6 Oscar Romeo Bravo. Then we've got, I can't remember all the names, but we've got Emmanuel. Talia, I spoke to him yesterday. We've got ZS6 Tango Lima India. And then we've got an R. Lahanji, ZR6 Foxtrot Bravo Romeo. And we've got a Willif ZS6 Delta Oscar. Listen to me this morning. So those are the 4 guys that I remember doing from the club, doing lectures by the club. So just congratulations to all of those and welcome to the Sandton Amateur Radio Club. So that's all in behalf of the members. Okay, that's all from my side at the moment there. Thank you very much. And we'll later on we can give a little bit of stats, but anyway, it's no issues. Okay, Angus, back to you. ZS6STN.
ZR6DX from ZS6STN. Noel, thank you very, very much for that, and thanks for all your hard work with the IAE there. All right. Thank you to everybody out there for listening. We trust that you've enjoyed the bulletin today. Please feel free to give us comments or any constructive criticism. Thank you for the stations who've assisted with relays and the broadcasting, and to those who contributed the content from time to time. Join us again next Sunday morning at 8:45 Central African Time for the regular bulletin of the Sandton Amateur Radio Club, which should be read by Mark, ZR6, Mike Delta X-Ray. This brings a close to the weekly bulletin of the Sandton Amateur Radio Club, ZS6STN. ZS6STN was operated today by the shack of ZS6 Golf Oscar Oscar. Thank you to all the listeners and 7 3s. ZS6STN now relinquishes all frequencies for general use.